On Monday, a team from the VI Water and Power Authority, including CEO Andy Smith, Chief Operating Officer Micheal Sharp, and Chief Financial Officer Jacob Lewis, appeared before the Public Service Commission with a presentation on solar renewables and to discuss an extension of the territory's existing fuel surcharge. The solar discussion was first on the agenda, and the WAPA team shared a report on increasing solar and storage capacity, which corresponded to a dialogue the Commission had with the authority about accelerating the adoption of renewables, particularly on the island of St. Croix.
We're focused on St. Croix initially, simply because the landmass is more accommodating to a large-scale solar project. That does not mean that we are not looking at St. Thomas and St. John as well. And we'll talk specifically about St. John a little bit later in the presentation. Even though the assets will be on St. Croix, I'm sure as everyone knows, our rate is a territory-wide rate. So it doesn't physically matter where the assets are. It's the energy savings accrues to all of our customers in the community. We look to execute this under a power purchase agreement, or a PPA. The authority will not build, own, or operate the system. We'll look to third-party experts who know how to do this and do it all over the world to put a system in place for us that's highly functional.
The territory has waited a long time, according to board members, to get to the point of adopting solar. WAPA representatives outlined possible contractors during their presentation to help carry the plan forward. Senator Genevieve Whitaker had questions about the procurement process. Other than the Business Opportunities channel on WAPA's website, she believed there should be a simple procedure with clear means for individuals to make contact and get involved in the process. However, PSC Chair David Hughes noted that participation in the solar procurement process was the absolute broadest of any of WAPA's procurement activities in his memory. 4 major national entities had shared guidance and made offers, with 3 local companies participating as well. After WAPA's solar status report, Hughes noted that he was looking forward to the utility coming back in mid-October to propose a final power purchase agreement for this phase of solar development in the territory. Meanwhile, WAPA's outstanding request to extend the current fuel surcharge for an additional 3 months was reviewed by PSC consultant Larry Golick of Georgetown Consulting Group. Golick determined that the utility was not over-collecting for fuel costs and thus recommended the rate extension. Responding to questions from Commissioner Pedro Williams at Monday's meeting, Smith said WAPA did not plan to file for deferred fuel once the extension was over, although the PSC chair noted that the authority had the right to do so.
I can't predict the future with perfection, okay? If that fuel support is withdrawn, right, I will be faced with running out of cash where prices are today. Now, obviously, if prices go way down, that's a different equation. The alternate side of that is if prices go way up, and I don't have that support, I would have no other choice other than to stop buying fuel, right? We have rolling blackouts and bad things happen, okay? So the absolute last thing I intend to do is come back and ask for any change in rates. But if you're asking me, can I guarantee you 100% that there is no scenario where that can happen? That would be inaccurate to say that, because if I don't have fuel support and our prices go insane and that just doesn't work, then my only option would be to come back and request a rate increase.
WAPA's Chief Financial Officer, Jacob Lewis, noted that the utility had received $24 million in fuel support since March 18th. After significant debate, the fuel surcharge rate extension was granted, and thus the current surcharge will remain in place until December 31st, 2022. However, at the end of the discussion, the chair of the Public Service Commission warned that it was crucial for WAPA and the Commission's consultant to reach an agreement on future rates before the next meeting in October.